Before I start with the main intro, the proper one, this is going to address two things. Firstly, spoiler alerts, I am doing Friday the 7th of August, so if you haven't played them and you want to, pause the video, do it now, come back, compare, comments, etc. And at the end of the main program for the 7th of August, I'm going to put in the disaster that was yesterday. That couldn't be, or I didn't want to put it out the same day as doing it, but I'm over it now and everything's fine. And yesterday was busy because I was doing stuff with Atom Craft and other things. But I'll say no more and get you right into the video. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you're in while watching this video. Now, today is Friday, the 7th of August. Yesterday, Thursday, the 6th of August, was a complete and utter bust. I don't know, wrong headspace. I was working on a video for Atom Craft, which is my other playlist that I've got going on. So when I realized, it's like, oh, I haven't done the puzzles yet. I did the puzzles late in the evening, and I don't think I was in the mood. I think I got through Wordle, connections was a bust, and then it was bedtime, and it was already a long day. But today is a new day. It's a new morning. My cereal has been complete. I didn't get a cereal yesterday. My coffee is here, but probably not for long. And I think we should just go straight into Wordle. I did get Wordle yesterday. That was actually a good one. So I may put that post up. Maybe it'll be at the end of this video. But we've got connections, we've got strands, mini puzzle, and the MIDI called Tipping the Scales. But Wordle is where we begin. Let us begin with Wordle, and let's get ourselves a consonant and a vowel, and that's F for Foxtrot, I for India, and it's an I, isn't it? Yes, and an F. I did this yesterday, saying a pair of letters and then coming back with a different set. Or I think I had one letter wrong and the vowel correct, or something like that. But we've got an F and an I, so let's try knife or kniff. That's not bad at all. Let's do this properly. We've got the F, N, F, E, the I, N, F, E. We'll click on that button. We will exclude the letter K. Actually, yeah, that's one word. You can't see it, unfortunately. There we go. That's one word, and it's feign. My first guess resulted in a 100% success rate for the second guess. That's Wordle in 2, number 46, and Beat the Bot, number 7. And we continue the streak as well. It's weird what a difference a good restful sleep can make with breakfast in the morning, a few chores before breakfast just to wake up and get the cobwebs out. But what we can do now, I will close these down because we can move on to connections. Connections is one of those puzzles that you either love or hate to love. This means absolutely sod all, because it doesn't matter. Your own rating may be different. Even the New York Times puts out a disclaimer in the first sentence. The connections bot is sometimes interesting, but let's grab the groupings to begin with. We've got fragrance, snow, shaft, jackpots. Snow is green. It's happened again, hasn't it? Every time I resize the window, it happens, but it's fine. It's all good. Snow is green. Fragrance, which is there, is yellow. Blue is shaft. And purple is jackpot. Would we not all like one of those in our lifetime? Not too early and not too late. Thank you very much. Fragrance, snow, shaft, jackpots. We have motor, jar, wick, Sunday, Rambo, buttons, tomatillo, not sure about that, wax, buckyball, liquid nitrogen, cables, refrigerator. Is there liquid nitrogen in refrigerators now? Snow, ice, or snow, it's cold. Liquid nitrogen is cold. Refrigerator is cold. A sundae, because it's made from ice cream, should also be cold. Right, so we've got fragrances. We've got fragrance, but we've got wax, we've got jar, we've got wick. That doesn't look too bad. It looks a bit of a stretch, but it's connections. So for all I know, this could be a red herring, and we've got green, yellow, blue, purple within these three. We won't know until we complete the main board. I'm going to look at tomatillo because I don't know what it is. Tomatillo. It's a plant. It looks like a Brussels sprout, but I don't know if they're massive Brussels sprouts. Also known as Mexican husk tomato. Oh, okay. So it's a Mexican tomato, and I wonder who called it a tomatillo. I wonder what it's called locally. Tomatillos in the UK are small green citrus type fruits wrapped in a dry papery husk, also known as the Mexican husk tomatoes or tomate verde. There we go. Okay, that's not too bad. I like tomatoes. They're inoffensive, whereas Brussels sprouts are very offensive. Very, very offensive to everyone around me. Should I accidentally eat one of those nasty, nasty green pellets from I don't know where. Worst nightmare. Shaft. Right, what's buckyball then? Ooh. A buckyball is a hollow spherical molecule made of 60 carbon atoms. 60 carbon atoms, okay, arranged in a soccer ball-like pattern of hexagons and pentagons. Formerly named Buckminster fullerene, it belongs to a family of carbon allotropes called fullerenes and was discovered in 1985. I don't think they're naturally occurring, are they? It is a prototype of a whole class of carbon molecules referred to collectively as fullerenes. Right. One example is the carbon nanotube. We also get fullerenes in Dyson Sphere program, and they're cool, or they were cool. They have since been superseded, but I think, unless I'm thinking of something else. but it's fine. It doesn't actually help though. Rambo. Oh, Bucky. Tom. Jack. Jack. Tom. Bucky. Male, animal, Jack, Tom, and Bucky. Male, and Ram. Ah, brilliant. Oh, brilliant. I don't normally get those things, and Ram as well. Rambo. I don't normally get those patterns. So shaft, motor, cables, and buttons. Okay, I don't know blue. I guessed purple, soft green first, yellow. Yeah, right. So we've got jackpots. We've got Tomatillo. Got Rambo. Got Buckyball. Is that purple? Yeah. Shaft. Motor. Cables and buttons. Parts of an elevator. Yep. Okay. I guess so. We got snow, liquid nitrogen, Sunday, and refrigerator. Cool. And we've got yellow as well. Reverse rainbow. Reverse rainbow. What time are we in? 11 and a half minutes into the video. We've got the reverse rainbow and we've done connections, and I had a bit of a speech at the beginning as well. Absolutely fantastic. We're starting the streak over, but hey, it's only 27 more to go to beat the streak, which is absolutely fine. I wonder how many. I think most people would have completed this, and it is early. So yeah, still over 500,000 games played, but it's got an 85% solve rate. So those 15% are unlikely using Copilot or the hints on the connections page, which is absolutely fine. You don't have to. I do because I want to. Okay, so what did people guess? 190, that's 1 in 90 from 606 sample, 606,000 sample of. You can't see this, but I'm bringing up a calculator. Or I thought I was bringing up a calculator. Close that one. Let me try that one again. Right, so 606,363 divided by 90. 6,737 people had the same guess as myself. And change, because it doesn't fit exactly. So 7 parts started with blue or purple, and then is there a... There isn't really a... Oh yes, there is. Snow, Wick, Rambo, Shaft. John Snow, John Wick, John Rambo. I didn't know Shaft was the name of John. Does he even have a first name? It is John. Oh, right, okay. I never knew. Go Shaft. And if I was clever, I'd put the soundtrack in, but I don't want to get copyright thing struck or anything like that. 5% of the players had that on the first guess. I thought it was 7%. Okay, never mind. I didn't even see the John reference at all. Never entered my mind. never entered my weird little mind. Third guess was green, and you've got to complete your fourth solve, or fourth line, because those are the only ones remaining. So of course 100% of people got that one. Yeah, okay, that was good. Better than yesterday, better than most, in fact. Let's go back to Google. Let's close that one down. That is a complete board. Right. Okay, strands. Strands can be a little devious and misleading, especially when we're struggling to find the words. But there's only 5 of them, so this is going to be quite large words or phrases. There's a spangram, which will encompass opposite sides of the board, like that, or vice versa, or like that. Or like that, and so on, so on, so on, so on. You get the drill. Different patterns, but they touch both the opposite side of the boards. Right. Is there a double E? No. There is no double E. So there's no speechless in there. Got some kind of PDA thing going on there. Am I going to take the first hint? Yes, I'm going to take the first hint to get me started. Right, fourth from the bottom on here, right. And it's going up, so S-C-K-E-Y. Doohickey. So there must be a thingamabob. That can't be right, because what would that say? There it is. Thingamabob. Right, nope. It's going jam. No. There's too many G's around there. Thingamajig. 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 There's probably some weird American saying that hasn't reached across the pond yet, which is kind of annoying. Oh, look at the second one. Oh, right, okay, yeah, it's not thingy. Good. it goes round that way. Thingamajig. I've tried that one already, haven't I? Yes. But I did see Gizmo. Gizmo. There we go. Watch Magic. Oh, I'm scandalized. And that's Gizmo. So we've got that one, which we don't know. Thingamajiggy. Told you. American weird. We don't do thingamajiggy. Got a thingamajig. You know, that thing that, you know, the dongle. There we go. That's another one. Whatchamacallit. There we go. Whatchamacallit. There we go. That's the spangram. And dingus. Dingus. That's not, is it? I thought that was Australian slang. Is an informal word for a gadget, object, or device whose real name is unknown or forgotten. Also known as a city or foolish person. Okay. Most users on Reddit. Okay. Thingamajig. See? Thingamajig, doohickey, whatchamacallit. Hand me that little medal. I think Australians would mostly say, hand me that little medal, you dingus. You dingus. Yeah, you dingus. Goose. Yeah, okay. Moving on. And we've got the mini crosswords. Yay! Right, so where are we? Apple computer. Bin. No. Expensive for what's inside it. 99% badge, 1% talent. No, they're good machines. If you don't mind not having, do Macs still have or not have a right mouse button? Because that was my first experience of an Apple computer. It's like, why has it only got one button? Because that's all it needs. Turns out that's not true, because then you had to use the keyboard and the mouse button in order to access the shortcuts and stuff, instead of just right clicking on the mouse button and bring up the context menu that way. But never mind. We'll type in Mac and do the auto check feature as well. Yeah. Pickleball venue, that would be a court, surely. 8 across, nothing but nets, that's good, and 1 down. Clue of nincompoop. Beginning with M, ending in N. No. 4 across. What's the Kansas scenes lack that the Oz scenes do not in The Wizard of Oz? That would be color. Like the logos of Stanford and Harvard. Red? Okay, that was a guess. That was a guess. Yellow symbol of NYC. Yellow symbol. Cab. Yeah. 6 across. Quarrel with. Argue. Nincompoop, moron. Yay, cool. And we've got 2 down. Bottom of the aquatic food chain, algae, and gas on an airplane, board, algae. Excellent. Nice. 2 minutes 20 with narration. 7 across. Sorry. The MIDI title, Tipping the Scales by Nathan Last. Anyway, edited by Eden Evangood, of course. 1 across, Michelangelo sculpture in the Vatican. I believe that's David. No, it's not. Okay. What's that one then? Michelangelo. It's not Venus, is it? No, that's fine. What's one down? British taverns. Pubs. Michelangelo sculpture in the Vatican. If this is a Ninja Turtle joke, I'm going to be annoyed. What's 4 down? Cube root of 1000. 10. Thankfully it's not pizza, but there we go. 2 down. Doing nothing. Idle. I still don't know 1 across. I am agog. 5 down. Passionate. 14 across. Ahead of schedule. Early. What's 9 across? Milk sauce on a dairy cow. That would be udder. And 11 across. What covers the eyes of 8 down and 17 across? We haven't got there yet. 8 down with 7 across. Paragon of fairness. A paragon of fairness. Right, so we know 11 across is now blindfold. Paragon of fairness. Okay, 10 across. Dilemmatas. Loss. No. I don't know Spanish. Los muertos. Alright, there's dia. Right, okay, fine. 6 down. A smell from a garbage truck. Odor, which is of course misspelt in the American way. Winged nocturnal animal, owl, and that gives us 7 down and 8 down as well. So 8 down is lady, paragon of fairness. Lady Liberty. No, oh wow, it's not Lady Liberty. Blimey. Right, okay. Lady Justice. There we go. Yeah, justice is blind except when it's not. Except when it's blinded by money. Yes, there is no justice when it's blinded by money. Talking of which, 13 across, reps counterparts in Congress. Senator. City that's home to the National Museum of Scotland. 3 down. That would be Edinburgh. And 15 across, checkpoints. Ooh. I don't know that one. 16 down, inquires about, asks. So going back to the 15 across checkpoints, be a alright, so one across is Pieta. I don't know that one. Or I don't know if I do know it. That is impressive. Can you see that? Yeah. The Pieta is a Carrara. Carrara. Okay. Marble sculpture of Jesus and Mary at Mount Golgotha, representing the sixth sorrow of the Virgin Mary by Michelangelo. You know the one, in St. Peter's Basilica, Vatican City, for which it was made. It was made for that site. That is rather impressive. That doesn't give us the true scale, because I think it's the Basilica with the letters like 1 meter and 2 meters tall, to make them readable from the ground. And yeah, you have to see it in person, or maybe in virtual reality, in order to get the true sense of scale. What's others? Is there one? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, she doesn't have arms in that one. She does there, though. That's weird. Did they put them back on? Must have done. Okay, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Okay, let's continue. With what? 5 down? Yes. Passionate. Ardent. Nice. And 15 across checkpoints. It's not bank, is it? It is. Why? Checkpoint. America still use checks, don't they? But we kind of don't in the rest of the world. And for English at least, we don't spell that check like that's. It's got a Q in it, and a U, of course, and an E. 2, in fact. No, that's... Yeah, that's... If you wanted to get that word for an international audience, there's so many other clues that could have been given. Closed on Sundays. Closed after 5. Financial High Street Institute. But anyway, savings or checkings. There you go. It's even got the word checkings. Savings or checkings. Blank account. Just to make it easier for the international audience. 17 down. Runs at an easy pace. Jogs. 25 across. Remnant of a cigar ash. 20 down. Little green vegetable. Pea. We've just done pork and eggs as well. Pork, eggs, peas in a gravy of mash. Ooh. Pork sausages, eggs, and mashed potato. Yeah, that's good. I'm not going to be hungry at 9 o'clock in the morning after breakfast. 26. Superman enemy Lex Luthor. 22 down. Instruments that might be used as the J in a jazz club sign. That is sax. Sax, not the other one. Discussing people, mind. 12 down. Putting on an act. Let me see now. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know that one. Obviously I do, because I've filled in that one, and Lady Gaga as well. 19 down. Sharp pass of a sword. The pointy bit. It's the edge. 21 across. affirmative, head, notions, motions, nods. And 18 down is what Santa gives naughty children. Coal. Except there's some generations where a piece of coal would actually be very, very useful. So I don't know why or what would they say the Santa gave to bad children when coal was like a fairly luxury item, not to be wasted? I don't know the answer to that one. More work, I guess. But that was 8 minutes and 33 seconds. And that's the puzzles done. Amazing. And that's Friday the 7th of August. I hope to see you on Saturday. I forgot to give a spoiler alert. It's too late. I'll record a different intro, stick it in at the beginning. But have a great weekend. And do take care. Leave a comment. Thank you. And for those that are still here, here is a bonus edition of the very annoying 6th of August recording. Enjoy. Not that you will. In fact, turn back now. Hello, this is going to be a late one, but this is Sidrat Gamer, and I am Sidrat. We're doing Wordle, Connection, Strands, the MIDI, and that will be for the 6th of August 2026. It's a Thursday. So without any further ado, we've got the screens up, and let's begin with the first hint. First hints. Give me a consonant. We've got an R and an E for the vowel. Strive. No. A V and an E. That's a V and an E. We don't have a V. We've got a letter R. This is going so well, but I may be on a time constraint. You may be happy to know. But we do have two letters on the grid, but in the wrong place. So that's OV. Let's have a look. We've still got 320 words to choose from. But let's not choose them in anger. That's not the one. I know what I've forgotten to select. It's very important to select that one. When you do that, you reduce the words down. And the sky has been fairly nice azure, hasn't it? Sorry, just making sure that you can see. Okay. Yeah, azure. No AZ or U. That is a bit of a shocker. So R goes there. We've got the E in its correct place, which is nice. And we add those to the screen as well. We've still got 20 words and 4 guesses remaining. There's a few B's and R's in the second location. There's loads in the second location. If we can rule that in or out, that will help us. So I like... so I'm not going to say I like crime. Obviously I don't. But I like the word there. So there's no C or M. So we've got price, we've got pride, we've got prime, we've got grime. We know it's not eerie anymore. We've got bride, bribe, brine. We've still got quite a few words on that list. Let's have a look. So yeah, we've still got 9 words with 3 guesses left. B's, G, P, T's, and W's. We can go with bride. B-R-I-D-E. And we know it doesn't begin with a B. And it doesn't contain a D. So that rules out these. Doesn't contain a B or a D. It doesn't. It's not bride. Pride. Tried. Yeah, we're still going to have at least 4 or 5 words left. We're going to have tripe. So if it's not T in the first location, then the answer is going to be gripe. If T or P isn't in the word itself, that's not possible. Oh, if T isn't in the answer, then it's going to be gripe. Did I say that already? If P isn't, then it's not tripe or gripe, which leaves us with 2 other options. Okay, sorry. TP. There's 1 P. There's T. There's T's. So WT. That still leaves these 2 possibilities. So we're going to have to choose one of these first. If I choose that one and it's wrong, but it starts with the letter T, then we know it's that one. If it doesn't contain a T or a P, then we know it's gripe. There we go. That's how my logic works. Tripe. It doesn't begin with a T, but it does contain a P, so it's gripe. Excellent. And phew. Oh my goodness, that was good. 6 minutes. And we are on a 78-day streak, which was close to being failed. Let's get on with connections, and that's the board today. We're on. We're currently on a 4-day streak. There we go. So as usual, I look at the tips. We've got gladiators, but one of them is in a rather unfortunate position. Not to say he's mostly unarmored, but this guy doesn't seem to have any armor on at all. But let's move on because time. I'm not going to look at the difficulty because it's absolutely meaningless in this game. We have what do we have? Jacob's ladder. There, that's okay. Come on board. It's Jacob's ladder. Oh yeah, I did move the window around, so or resize it. That's normally why it's offset. We've got Freeway as green, Coliseum as blue, and Barclays Center as purple. Where is it? Barclays Center. There we go. That's interesting because Coliseum, Barclays Center, Pantheon of Gods. Could it be Jacob's Ladder, Spanish Steps? Jacob's Fountain, Lincoln Logs. What's Lincoln Logs? Logs. Oh, it's a toy. Ah, cool. There. Right. Okay. Named after her. So it was inspired by earthquake-resistant building designs in Japan. Lincoln Logs. Inspired by? You mean they copied and just renamed it? Okay. So if that's a toy, that's a toy. Fishing boats and other. Jacob's Ladder, Freeway, Coliseum, Barclays Centre. Jacob's Ladder is a toy as well. So fishing boat isn't, but that's not. Alphabet blocks are. Covering ball is, and the Lincoln Logs are as well. So I think these are all toys. Freeway. 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 That's a motorway. Or, yeah, it's slow moving traffic on a wide road. There we go. Generally going one way. Usually, anyway. What are Spanish steps? They're just steps in Rome. Okay. So, Colosseum, Trevi Fountains, Spanish Steps, and the Pantheon. I can't believe that's blue. That's crazy. Freeway, free. Freeway. Subway. Freeway, subway, L train. No, there's mass transit. Going in one way. But I'm getting too fixated on that. The Barclays Centre. What does the Barclays Centre do? Centre. Boxing by the look of that guy. Is the home of the Brooklyn Nets and hosts premier concerts, championship boxing, college basketball. New York Liberty, WNBA, and the Brooklyn Nets of the NBA. You mean people don't have to make a choice between watching the WNBA or the NBA because they'll never play? They could have home and away game on at the same day. Never mind. 19,000 seat stadium. I hope I haven't got that wrong. But no, surely not. Now, swimming pool and the tennis courts. And the hockey rink. Oh. Now I know why it's blue. It's the... No, actually... because I know the Colosseum is sunk, so the audience are raised above where the competitors are, and but the Barclays Centre isn't, because people sit right on the. Well, I guess it could be. No, it's not. Right, so the Colosseum. Right, so the Barclays Centre. The hockey rink, you do sit above the ice. Sit above the ice, sit above the courts. Obviously, you can be at the same level as the swimming pool itself because what you'll be able to see is heads bopping up and down. Maybe, if that. Right, so this is... Oh, Spanish Steps are not in Rome. Swimming pool, Colosseum, tennis court, hockey rink. Barclays Centre. Where is the Trevi Fountain? That is in Rome. Pantheon. Pantheon. That's in Rome too. Okay. And Spanish Steps. Better not be in Rome. It is. Why are they called the Spanish Steps if they're in Rome? Looks quite nice though, but still doesn't help. The Barclays Centre. So was I right then? Because that's devious. That is exceptionally devious. So freeway. So what does the freeway, fishing boat, bowling alley and supermarket? That's... I don't know. This board is confusing, but the blue and the purple are just plain weird. But we've got the Barclays Centre, the swimming pool, tennis courts, and hockey rink. We are one away, I think. So Barclays Centre, let's change that into a Colosseum instead. Wow, it's right. I'm going to test for yellows because if that's wrong, then I'm going to end the video. There's no point continuing with the others. Not now. Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder, Carbon Wall, Alphabet Blocks, and Lincoln Logs. That is yellow. So those, or right, so my mind is now blank. Now I don't know what to do because that's wrong. These have steps. Okay. No, it can't be steps leading somewhere specific because every place is steps leading somewhere specific. Colosseum, Trevi Fountain, Spanish Steps, and Pantheon. I'm going to do that again and see if it will tell me how many I was away. Trevi Fountain, Pantheon, Spanish Steps, and Colosseum. Colosseum, I've got Trevi Fountain. That's what I'm looking for. There it is. Oh. Then what on earth did I click on first of all then? Right, so these are blue. Trevi Fountain, Spanish Steps. and Pantheon and Colosseum. These green and purple then. Berkeley Centre, swimming pool, tennis court, hockey rink. What do right? Freeway, generally flat. Bowling alley, generally flat. Hockey rink is very flat, and the swimming pool churns a bit, but that too has a flat surface. But then so is the tennis court. Freeway, tennis court, hockey rink, bowling alley, flat, sports. It was at this point of the recording where the audio just did not record. I don't know why, I don't remember. And frankly, I'm not going to look into it that much. So we'll speed through the rest of the video, just so that we can end it maybe on an hour, maybe. But yeah, when things go wrong, you panic and you don't see what's obvious until after the fact. But yeah, continue playing, continue watching, as some sort of boxer said, is not how many times you get hit, it's how many times you get hit and stand back up again. Or my personal favorite, which I don't think applies in this case. Does it? Macho Man said, dust yourself off, wipe your hands, take the standing 8 and carry on, brother. But he can say that, he is the Macho Man, after all. Anyway, enough of this waddle. Have a great weekend. Take care.